Hey David, Kerry Bergeron here, giving you a rundown on everything I see SEO wise. Thanks for the email reply, appreciate that. And I'm going to try to keep this video under about, 10, 15 minutes tops. I'm going to cover a lot of information and hopefully win your business. We're going to start with this report here, which is also attached to the email, and I'll run through this. We'll do some information checks on here and what's going on, and then we will get into a couple other areas that I think you should be aware of. So might repeat myself once or twice. We're going to cover a lot. I'm going to go fast and grab a coffee, sit down, get about 10-15 minutes here, and we'll get through this. So ran your local SEO report, get multiple locations, so that's always a little bit tricky when these reports, with running these reports, but we'll just take this one here from Thornton. What this shows us here is kind of, the good, the bad, and the ugly on what's going on with the site in general. So we get some links and authority that's not great, rankings are pretty good, local listings as you can see. We'll just run down this here real quick. Let's see. Okay, links, website authority. So these are your index pages in Google. Your average competitors have about 1,200. You get 38 pages. So important to bump up the content on your site. Trust flow is a metric that tries to convey how influential your site is compared to your competitors, and how much it influences things in the niche that you're in. Your link count is links, inbound links coming to your site, how many you have, how many your competitors have, and then linking domains, or how many actual domains are linking versus competitors. Your website age is good, that's awesome, and your domain authority is how well your website should be ranking compared to your competitors here. And you should be ranking pretty well with the authority, but you have the other issues going on with the linking domains, index content, the influential trust flow, and things like that. So that's kind of an overview, a lot I know, but we can talk about that more later if you'd like. Here are your rankings currently for some keywords we pulled and put in. So this is Google Mobile, Google Maps, and so on. This is your local listing here, and then your organic listing for that. So if we look at assisted living in Thornton, Colorado there, jump over to here, we'll search for that. You show up in the locals here, which is good. It's actually in third place, but there's an ad running right there. And then you should be in the organics as well down here somewhere. Yep, there we go. So not too bad for that particular term. Again, there's some room for improvement with, a couple positions, but not terrible as far as the rankings go. And same thing here. Got a couple that aren't on the first page down here, but these aren't too bad. And these are currently your top keywords outside of your business name. Keep going. We got some local listings here. So these are your business listings, sometimes called citations, or they are citations, and they usually don't have a link coming back to your site. And what we're seeing here is there's a lot of mixed up names and phone numbers and formatting on them, formatting on the addresses, and all that affects your local rankings here. Actually, it's one of the factors in ranking locally here. And so, these could be cleaned up, and they need to be all as similar as possible, and you need to add more to these directories here. You weren't found in any of these. And there's about 300 actually that you can be put in. These are some of the top, and just a sampling of kind of what's going on. Let's scroll down here a bit. Looks like we got some extra pages in here. Oh, there we go. One second, I gotta see what's going on with this report. Okay, I guess my PDF reader is acting up a little bit there. So, reviews and ratings. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. Your reviews online from different areas, Google, Yelp, Yellow Pages, You can't get reviews here because I don't believe you're in these directories. So that's something that should be resolved. Next section is the Google My Business. It shows you kind of your competitors, photos, review counts, and such for the competitors in the local area there. And then your on-site SEO. And this is the part that really needs some work. And I can kind of briefly run through this here real quick. Site speed's an issue, both for regular desktop visitors and mobile visitors. And you'll see this here, and you'll see it down below a little bit more. If you jump over to the Google page, Speed Insights, this is actually what Google is telling us with regards to the speed on your site. So on mobile, it's down at 20. It's pretty low on the scale. Things we can do to improve that, and desktop is the same thing. It's kind of in the middle here. We want all these in green. This definitely affects your rankings in your search results. If your site is slow on mobile or desktop, Google does not give you priority in rankings. That's for sure. Looks like it's missing a sitemap, which is fairly important as well. Could be located in a non-standard place. I'm not sure now without seeing the back end. And then as we go down, it's just kind of some things that are missing. We're missing 124 alt tags. Word count's low on some sites. Has some mobile speed again. Rendering looks good. Looks pretty straightforward. Might want to consider putting an image in here, so when somebody comes right to the your page, they can kind of see maybe your assisted living facility up top. This is kind of content heavy, if you will. The picture will grab their attention, hold them there longer. We'll keep going down. So there's a lot of stuff here you can review and get back to. Again, your site speed, missing alt tags. Alt tags help rank your site in various places. Let's see, we'll keep going down. And again, a bunch of issues with the speed. And that could be hosting, it could be the coding, it could be the plugins on the back end of your site. I believe this is a WordPress site, so without logging in, and seeing the back end, it's hard to say what all is there. And then same thing, it's more of the same SEO issues, kind of on site. Alt tags, missing schema data, address information, and so on. I mean, this one here. Let's take this page. So it's slower. It's missing alt tags, but more importantly, it's actually got duplicate content on it. So it's got a duplicate description, which isn't good. Google does not like duplicate content. That's on many of those. But it's also missing schema data and your address, which tells Google basically what's going on the page. If we open that up, you have this assisted living in Wheat Ridge, right? It should have the address in here, and it does, but it's not reading it. Google can't read this. It can't tell the location of this. And this plugin looks broke. It's not loading properly. Something's going on here. And it could be tied to this address, which isn't being pulled in either. So a couple issues there. And again, I said there's a few of these across many of the pages, location pages as well. There's another one here. And you can just look through this if you'd like, and there's a bunch of information, and then down here is some help and explanations as to what's going on. So that's a high level kind of overview, and it gets down pretty granular. If you want to get into it, we can actually break these down even more as we go. Then we kind of jumped over and looked at your let me close some of these tabs I have open here. Your rankings and keywords here now. So we have your site. Again, this is a tool we use called Ahrefs, and kind of shows us what's going on with your site. This is the very granular portion of what we do. Maybe information overload for you, but I'm trying to win the business and I'm running with it. So here it is. all your main ranking keywords are basically your company name, the top 1, 2, 3 of them. And that's great because people know your company, but you really want to rank for these or long tail keywords. So things like, does Medicare cover assisted living, or I'm not sure, insurance questions related to assisted living. My thought would be, keywords that people are going to start searching for when their elderly parents are looking for that assisted living or senior care, to show up in here. And, I saw some blog posts on the site, and they help with that. They help for sure, and we can get into that later if we have enough time here. But I wanted to just kind of bump this against your competitors. So you got your referring domains here, your backlinks, and kind of the keywords they're ranking for. This is you. Then one of the competitors in the area here, Lighthouse, in town or next town or 2 over. You can see the referring domain is 3 times what you have. And that's big when it comes to SEO and ranking. You want to have more referring domains from higher ranking domains. So it's basically a voting contest. The more you have, the higher you rank for various terms. They have a bunch. Let's see what some of their ranking stuff. Not sure what these are, but probably industry related. And then they're also ranking for their brand name there. And then we got, hold up another one here. Yeah, and these guys. So they get 3 times the domain, linking domains and backlinks, which increases their domain rank, URL rank, and ultimately traffic to the site. And they're doing exactly what they should be. They're actually targeting keywords like this. Does Medicare cover assisted living? And it's perfect because this is kind of a lead-in keyword or a long-tail keyword that somebody is going to be searching for, in Denver, to find an assisted living facility or to start the process of assisted living or senior care for their parents, is what that comes down to. And these are great. And I noticed on your site you are doing some blog posts, but there's some things wrong with that. Again, images here not terribly engaging. Some of these posts work. There should be obviously an image here. This is good. They're linking out to an authority site. That's kind of best practice. But when it comes down to here, they're linking back to your main page. Let me see if I can shrink this here and show you. They're creating this link back to your main page. You can see at the bottom left-hand side of the window there. And really, that should be various keywords related to your niche and site and content, and not really your brand name. Because if somebody types in your brand name like this in Google, you're going to come up. We don't need to be making links from your site to your main page to get you guys linked higher based on your brand name. They should actually be something like, let's see, would be happy to meet with you, schedule a tour. You could unlink this and would be happy to meet with you and schedule a tour of our assisted living facility in Lakewood. Would be a much better keyword to put in there to link to your homepage. It's more specific, and actually it should really link to your Lakewood location page is where it should link. So there's some linking issues here internally on your site, which is causing confusion with Google. So when you get to the point of making content like this, you really need to make sure it's pointed in the right direction and going to the right place, and that's that. So I want to cut that where we're at. We got about 15 minutes in here. Again, my name is Kerry Bergeron. I run Snap-in Media, and we help companies get ranked online. We're a local company. We're in Colorado, and we work with companies up and down the Front Range on everything from digital marketing, SEO. We do any kind of pay-per-click, press releases, social media, design, development, all that. Anything you need in the digital world, we can help with. So it was great that you gave me the opportunity to create this video and get this information over to you. Hopefully I can win your business and we can get you guys rocking and get you ahead of the competition. Again, thank you very much. And if you need to get a hold of me, I'll put my contact information in the email, and I will follow up with you as well before the end of the week. Thanks again.